What's going on, guys? It's Steeler here, back again. No, I didn't die. I've been dealing with some stuff here lately, playing some games. And, of course, we're bringing back RDX podcast every Tuesday, rain, sleet, or snow. It's happening, even though none of that stuff has anything to do with the internet. Today, we've got the usual crew, like Luca, Colt, All Day, and Fonzarelli, but All Day is not going to be here just yet. I don't know what he's doing, but hopefully he'll be here soon. Colt, let us know how you've been, bro, what you've been up to since last week's awesome show.
Yeah, been really good. Hanging out, talking to all you guys, having a good time, and getting hyped up for Gamescom. It's good.
Yeah, Gamescom's getting closer and closer. Luca, what have you been up to?
Hey, what's up, guys? Not much, bro. I've just been I just finished up Injustice 2 story, so you can stop asking me if I beat the story yet. And I'm looking to pick up that Hellblade. I keep hearing some interesting things about it, some things that may be turning me off on it, but you know, we'll probably talk about that later. But it's good to be here. I'm excited for tonight, and I'm excited for these topics. Yeah.
And while we're waiting, we'll wait for people to stream in here. Tweet it all day and tell them to hurry the fuck up. How you been, Fonz?
Life, man. Life's been rough, but I'm here. It's RDX time. It's time to get focused on these topics that we got. So let's get going.
It is RDX time, and we all love RDX time. We get plenty of support, tons of messages after the last show. You guys are awesome. If you like the show, hit that like button before we get started into some lighter topics, before we get into the most interesting and noteworthy topics. Starting with the fact that Batman Arkham Origins is actually going back compat. I need to know if you guys have played this, and if so, are you really annoyed that it just got hammered for doing the same things Arkham City did, but maybe a little bit better in some areas, maybe a little weaker story? What do you guys think about this game?
I have not played Origins, but yeah, I'm excited to play it. So I'll definitely pick it up backwards compatible. Why not? I've been playing a bunch of old games anyway, because right now it's been dry for me. So
yeah, Origins, it's not bad, man. People give it shit, but if it had come out instead of Arkham City, I think the reviews would have been a lot better. If those two games had traded places, they kind of hammered it for being tedious and repetitive, even though Call of Duty, was doing similar things every single year. Luke, you didn't play it. Colt, did you play it?
Nope. No, I missed it. It came out right at the end of the 360 PS3 era, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I missed it. But I'm sure it was good. I mean, I've heard my friends that played it said it was really fun, and everyone got stuck at that what was that enemy that everyone couldn't beat midway through the game? I can't remember his name. Yeah, everybody was complaining about Death Star or something, whatever the guy's name was.
Oh my God, you're a fucking fraud.
I don't know this crap.
Deathstroke.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Right?
Death Star?
Deathstroke. Yeah, the people in the chat know. His name's Deathstroke. And we've got 4 assholes that have already hit that dislike button because we're going to be talking about a slight decline in PS4 sales. I love that people do what they do before they even hear opinions on it. Just because we talk about it doesn't mean that it's not going to go away because you don't like it. So we're going to address it the same we would if it were an Xbox product. That's just how it works. So we're going to actually talk about the PS4 sales decline. It's not even that much, but it's worth talking about. Maybe we've got some theories as to why that is. So basically, this year they're predicted to hit 18 million PS4s, which is still phenomenal, right? It's going to do very well this year. Down a little bit from 20 million last year. And, of course, these are predictions. One of the big reasons that people feel this way is due to Xbox One X coming out this year. And I think this makes a little bit of sense. I mean, hell, last year, PS4 Slim and base PS4 sales dropped when the Pro was announced. So, of course, people are going to wait and see, right?
Yeah. That's what it looks like to me. I think that people are just waiting to see what the X is all about. I think at this point, people just want to see what the graphics honestly look like. They want to know what this machine can do. I mean, hearing specs, hearing Digital Foundry talk about it or developers talk about it, they want to see. They want to see what's going on with this. I
agree. Colt, what do you think about this, bro? You guys can, smack yourselves in the face with some fish. I don't know. Wake the fuck up. Get in this conversation.
People could be waiting to see if the PS4 Pro takes a $50 drop for the holidays. Which
that's a good point.
Yeah, so
it's a really good point.
Yeah, that's a great point, bro. Yeah, but I mean, it's also been really dry this summer, so that might be it too.
Could be.
Yeah, but PlayStation's got some big games coming. They have a couple big expansions and they got GT Sport, but yeah.
Hey, we have a guy in the chat, Dipsy. He says Batman Arkham Origins back compat is disc only back compat. Apparently, I did not know about that. So thanks for correcting us there.
Wow.
That's one of the very few, if not the only one I've heard of. Maybe the chat can help us out. But are there others that are disc only back compat? I've not heard about this.
I wouldn't think there'd be many.
I don't understand why that would be the case. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's you would think it's still up on the 360 store, right? So
they probably have to bring the disc or the digital version to the store, and they're probably working on that. Maybe that
could be. It could be. But either way, appreciate the input there.
Do you think they'll do stuff like that if they plan on putting more games out on Game Pass? What
Probably.
I mean, if you think about it, like if they have it backwards compatible, downloaded anyway, digitally, it seems like games that would be put on Game Pass would conflict with that at times for a lot of people. And I think maybe they'll start using that as a way to get people into Game Pass.
I don't know. I don't see them doing that, seeing as how consumer focused they've been. But who knows? I mean, I think maybe there's in either the games off the 360 store or there's some other complication, but nonetheless, that's a good little tidbit to know. You might want to Google that as well. Make sure that's actually correct as well. And shout out to Letha Papa and all the usuals, Jago, all the people joining us. Over 200 already. Hit that like button, guys. We appreciate it. And now you can actually change your home Xbox up to 5 times a year. And people are asking themselves, why do I care? Well, if you game share with a buddy, you've only got so many times that you can actually swap your home Xbox, right? So let's say you've done it 3 times, right? And I don't know what the cap was before, but I'd imagine it might be 2 or 3 times. Then you can no longer swap back or even reclaim your own home Xbox to be your home Xbox. You're stuck in that game share. I don't use it much because I only game share with all day, right? One person, but I'm sure there are people out there that might kind of appreciate this. Anybody happy about this? I know it's kind of a low-key subject, but
well, does that pose any issue when, say, you have to get it fixed? You got to turn it in. Do you have to make it your home console again and that sort of thing when you send it away?
I don't know. I just don't know enough about it.
It gives you more opportunities to do it, I guess.
All Day's back.
Been here a little bit.
What's up, All Day? Good for good.
What's going on? What's going on, Connor?
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm here, man. What's up?
God, man, you sound like you're drained as fuck.
Okay, fine.
I'm back.
Oh, shit. Well, now that you're back, this is a good time to talk about Lawbreakers because apparently it's having some launch issues. What are your thoughts, bro? Can you play it? Have you seen the video, all the stuttering and Lawbreakers on the console?
No, I haven't. I just played enough of it to not like it.
So you just don't like the game?
No, it just feels like, you're watching one of those like Lawbreakers 2000, like from like a Judge Dredd commercial or something. It's just, I mean, if Overwatch wasn't out, bro, I'd probably feel a different way. But since Overwatch is out, it's the better game, in my opinion. The characters just don't draw me in. Doesn't have that charm. Not meaning, just doesn't have that it factor for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Lawbreakers, for those that don't know, Digital Foundry did a video on this. Massive frame spiking. There's a lot of hitching. It's I don't know what's going on. They say it could be a network issue. The game could have HIV. I'm not sure, but what I do know is
it's not happening on the PC, right? So
no, I don't think it is, and it seems to be a port problem. But it seems like something that could be easily fixed. But once again,
yeah, sorry,
not sure. Not sure.
Okay.
What are you saying, Colt?
He's got 65 employees that can work on it. They can get it fixed.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it seems like easily fixable, but as of right now, with the freezing that I've seen, like where the guy will go and jump and it'll unfreeze and he's like across the map, like 20 feet, that stuff, it's borderline unplayable right now. So if you've been thinking about getting Lawbreakers on the PS4, you might want to hold off until they patch that, just so you know. Monolith, Middle Earth, let's talk about these microtransactions. Apparently a lot of bullshit going on, but I don't know enough about it right now. I know Angry Joe made a video, but he makes a video on like Colt said, he gets paid to be mad. I didn't watch it because it's 500 years long. All day, did you check it out? I mean,
I checked it out. It was kind of what I suspected it would be. It's basically loot chests in the game. And I think that once you pay for those, they probably carry over to your online mode. I don't know if you guys played Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. Or just Metal Gear Phantom Pain.
Give us the like for the people that haven't. Tell us how that works.
Okay, for the people who haven't played that game, there's like a base of operations, your mother base, right?
Yep.
And you basically load it up with different defenses and guns and different guards, and people have to come in there and invade you, kind of like Dark Souls, like invade your game, and they can take it over and give resources to bring it back to their base. Basically, Shadows of War is doing the same thing. You have like a layer with orcs and.
So the forts you take over, they can be assaulted when you're offline.
Right. And I think the gear might be proprietary to that. Maybe I'm hoping that would kind of make the most sense of it. You know what I mean?
But all day they called it an online fortress mode. So is it like where multiplayer people can come in and invade your fortress?
Yeah, they can invade your. Okay. If that's the way it sounds, to me, that's what I got from it. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure exactly what that is. They come in there, invade, get your resources, kill your guards. You might have to, that'll hurt you, damage you. You might have to replace that with your own currency.
All right, bro. So do these microtransactions carry over to this? Like, can you buy better equipment and stuff for your base? I mean, fix it quicker, all that stuff?
That's what I was kind of unsure about that, but I do know. I mean, I don't see any. Because see, if it doesn't, then this is like a pay-to-win type of thing for a single-player game, and that rubs me the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Invader Gaming says, "I like invading." Yeah.
But I mean, they said everything in game can be earned. You don't have to do this. Of course, we know that, but this doesn't belong here. To me, it doesn't belong here at all.
I don't think microtransactions belong in games, but I do,
especially a single-player game.
Yeah, I see why they would have done it, but it's also bullshit, right? So I'm looking at games as it's a $60 product. It shouldn't have these microtransactions. But on the other hand, the price of games hasn't increased in a couple decades, so people wonder how they've been able to maintain that same price point. This is how, by adding microtransactions, and they're making a lot of money. I think EA last year made $1.5 billion in profit alone off DLC. And microtransactions, that's not even the full game. So this is its own revenue stream, and it sucks. It really does.
Yeah. But it's sustaining like GTA Online. That's
that game sales sustain the fucking online. That's true. That's ridiculous.
But most fucking cesspool.
Most microtransactions are non-invasive. Like you can earn that stuff by playing the game. And what I think about microtransactions, if you can earn it by playing the game, that's the reason you got the game, so you can play it. If you're going to pay to unlock a car or something, it's like, dude, you're supposed to play some tracks and earn that stuff. Like that's what the game is for playing.
Okay, well, I just want to say that the only way this would be an issue for me personally, because I don't really care about microtransactions because there's so many in games these days, is if they make it so you have to buy the microtransactions to proceed, in the sense that it'll take like a month for you to level your character up or get enough credits for something, like with the progression where it's so slow, like kind of like in Injustice 2 to unlock shaders when you're not doing the loot boxes or whatever those things are called. I don't remember. You have to use these boxes. Yeah, the mother boxes. You have to use these source crystals, but you only get like 50 for leveling up your profile, and you level up your profile every like 20 fights. So, it kind of makes you want to buy the source crystals, but those are for like if you want to put your character up to level 20 or you just want to unlock shaders. So if they make it so that you feel like you have to buy the microtransactions because you're not progressing fast enough, then that's the only way it's an issue for me.
Basically, you're a bum. Yeah. You don't want to play the game. I mean, people want instant gratification, you know what I mean? So if you're one of those people, spend your money.
They do. Fonz, you plan on getting this?
Now, here's the thing about microtransactions for me. And in this case, if you can actually get the items playing the games, just progressing, that's fine. But like Lucas says, sometimes they put it behind, a long stint you have to put in this game before you can actually get this item or that item. where somebody can just come along, pay $2, whatever, and get that item right away. That's bullshit. And that's one of the reasons why I do not like microtransactions at all. Even if you can get the items in the game, it's bullshit. It needs to stop. It's anti-consumer. It's one of the worst things they do in video games nowadays. I just feel if they could put things in a game and charge people for it, they could put it in there and not charge people for it. There's no reason to fucking charge people for little things like skins and stuff. It's crap. It's anti-consumer. I don't care. Bottom line, it sucks.
Well said.
Yeah. But I will say I would rather it be a skin than something that changes the gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Something cosmetic, but nonetheless.
Nonetheless, great game. Great game.
We'll see. It's from a developer that surprised the hell out of everybody in 2014 with Shadow of Mordor. So I actually beat the game when it launched. Got almost 1,000 gamer score in it, and then I got the Game of the Year edition, which has different achievements. I've been playing through that here and there too. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. I think Angry Joe, that's kind of the biggest problem with all this, is he'll make a rant video, the easy shit on some of the stuff, and he'll neglect other shit. Like the whole trademarking free-to-play twice thing and all that shit, right? He picks and chooses very, very carefully what he sets his attentions on, and we just don't know enough about it yet to get all pissed off. There were people saying that Halo 5 is pay to win too. I never experienced that at all. Granted, I don't have a whole shit ton of experience, but I got plenty of rec packs and points all the time. Never had to buy anything with real money. So, yeah, once again, I guess it's all kind of perspective and opinion here. I'm not really sure. Looking forward to the game, though, I will say. People asking about the Pentium. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. We got a lot of people on Twitter making fun of
try playing PUBG with that Pentium.
Yeah, or
start a step.
Yeah, I will say I could have did better at the debate. It was pretty damn late. Long day at the gym too. I mean, but nonetheless, you just can't. I'm sure he's a great guy and stuff off camera and all that. Not a horrible guy, even talking to him. But some of the points were just kind of ridiculous. I don't even think you could boot up Forza Horizon 3 with that Pentium. Maybe you can, but it's just like, man, you never want to bare bones it. And nobody ever said you can't build a PC just by watching a video or reading something. Of course you can.
I want a super rig. What kind of rig do you want? The minimum.
The argument was, will most console gamers, their first rig out, actually go and build their first rig? And my argument is most will not. I said probably most will not. And I think that's why Alienware, CyberPower, and Origin PC are so profitable, because people, they just don't want to probably have to build their own rig. Most likely they just want to buy it and see the amazing visuals, right? So
yeah,
I'm not saying there aren't those that don't, but, more likely than not.
That's a microtransaction I can support.
I had $800 worth of gear I did not want to trust to myself on a first time, so I had my brother sit down and help me. He's done it so many times. I would have never attempted that by watching a YouTube video. I would have been dripping sweat all over the place.
Yeah, sweat on the motherboard.
Sparks flying off the motherboard. Fuck is that? Your hair is on fire. No, it's easier than it's ever been to build a PC, but. Console guy's a console guy, and that was kind of my point was, people have different perspectives and opinions. Let them like what they like, right? It's really not that big a deal. You can't make some of these claims and say, and not even include Windows or mouse and keyboard in your build after sticking the lowest fucking Pentium in there that can't even support VR. Like I said, probably not a bad guy, but just a lot of points that I wouldn't have personally tried to argue. But what I will argue is what the creative director on Project Cars has said here recently. There is a significant graphics bump on the Xbox One X version over the PS4 Pro version. And this goes out to those saying they're just the same thing. As we've said before, they are not the same thing. This is oh so clear. Thoughts, opinions?
Yep, it's only a matter of time. We're going to keep hearing more and more about how the X is outperforming the Pro, and people just need to accept that. The writing's on the wall. I don't understand why anyone's even arguing against it.
I mean, you'd be surprised. There are people that say the Xbox One X will be on par with the PS4 Pro, and it's like, what are you talking about? The RAM alone means that's impossible when utilized. It's impossible.
most of the people who are, talking turds out of their mouth just are still playing in 1080i. So, I'm joking. Not really, but yeah. It is what it is. If it's more powerful, okay, thumbs up, move on. Like, stop talking about it every day. Oh, the X can't do this. It's compromised. Well, if it is, like, what do you care? Are you gonna buy it or not?
Yeah, all day.
All day.
But here's
what's happened all day is that now they're saying, yeah, okay, so it's going to be 4K 60 on Project Cars 2, but it's not going to be locked. That 60 could drop. I'm like,
oh god,
the frame rate's going to drop no matter what platform you're on. The Switch,
the
Switch, PS4, whatever game I'm talking, whatever game you play, whether you're on PC or on a Switch or on an Xbox or PS4, frame rates are going to drop. And I can't believe that they're like, this goalpost has been moved that the Xbox can't do 4K 60 ultra locked frame rate, ultra settings, everything.
Yeah. I feel the same way as Colt. It's like these people that are talking crap about the X all the time. It's like, what does that say about the Pro? What does that say about the PS4? Because this is the most powerful console coming out. So if you're dissing that console and you're saying that it's a piece of crap and it's not going to be, it's compromised and all this stuff, well, what does that make the Pro?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like no one's talking about the Pro, fam. It's like it came as soon as the X was announced. It's like it dropped off the radar when people saw that it's just a resolution box. The Pro, that is. It's weird. Like, it's really weird. You don't see PC guys going after the Pro like they go after the X. I don't understand.
Yeah, and my point is I have a Pro and I like it to an extent. Like it's great. It is what it is. It's the best versions of the PlayStation games I can play, and it's the best versions of the multiplats I can play right now. But as soon as that X comes out, the multiplats are going to be, I'm going to be switching over to the X for all the multiplats because that's where the power is. That's where I'm going. Yes, I'm that type of gamer. But at the same time, like, I'm not holding allegiances to consoles and everything. It's just I want that power. And that's what the X has. That's where I'm going to be.
Yep, that's an absolute fact. And one I think that most of us knew, right? The Pro is obviously top dog now. And if you like higher resolutions and maybe an extra setting bump here or there, it's good stuff for you. But you got to remember, you're paying $400 as well. Whereas with the X, you're getting substantially more, as several developers have said. And shout out to over 300 people watching live. If you love the show, if you really like the show, hit that like button. Let us know how much you guys enjoyed the show. We enjoyed doing it for you. And, of course, to all of those that are inevitably going to use this podcast to get through your night at work, big shout out to you as well. We appreciate it.
Dealer, before we move on, I just got to touch on something somebody said. They're like, well, $500 is too expensive for the X. Come on. The PS3
we'll go mow some more lawns.
They paid $600 for the PS3. Okay, and on the Xbox side, they paid $500 for a Kinect. So get the fuck out of here with that too expensive.
Yeah, it's like this console. The X is so powerful, and it's the same price as what the original Xbox launched for. I don't understand why people are making such a big deal out of this.
You know what's crazy?
What's up, fam?
The X is not for everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not. It's not. If you don't, if you got a problem with it, just don't buy it.
Well, you can say that about a lot of things, though. Like, if you have an issue with something, I don't understand people who like to argue opinions or be like, "Well, you shouldn't spend your money on this." Don't talk to me about how I spend my money, fam. Are you paying my bills? No. Are you working at my job? No. All right, mind your business then. Like, I don't understand the mindset of some people. Like,
it comes down to logic. People need to just be logical nowadays. Be more logical. Think about what you're saying before you actually say it, because sometimes stupidity just falls out of people's mouths, and it's just think, people, think.
Like,
we're talking to those that are just shitting on a console that's gonna that if it were there at launch, you'd still be getting your mind blown by it today. That's the thing. People fear what they don't understand, and I feel like a lot of people don't know what's coming. They don't really look at what these developers are saying, or they just don't believe the developers, and that's rightfully so sometimes. But at the same time, you're going to be getting amazing looking games on this thing, better than any other console. We've said this a billion times. If you like it, get it. It is what you are looking for. These are the fucking droids you've been searching for, right? This is bullshit you've been told about. Say what all day, motherfucker?
Word of advice. If you have to decide between the Xbox One X macaroni and cheese and hot dog, you know, those are life decisions you have to make. So if you can't get it,
oh yeah, you ain't choosing a. Obviously, that goes without being said. You know,
right,
it's for those that got the means. Duh, we don't have to tell you that.
Right.
You're smart people. But what we are telling you is that no matter what kind of TV you got, 1080p or otherwise, you're going to see upgrades, because no matter what, if it's in 4K or 1080p, those graphic settings bumps are coming through on either display. So you've heard PC gamers talk about PC gaming for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and they weren't talking about 4K even 2 years ago, hardly, right? We never heard that. It was all 1080p or 1440 ultra settings. And no matter what you're on, 1080p TV, you're going to see those same ultra settings or high settings, not medium settings. That was completely ridiculous, too.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, I think people get it. Like I said, once again, what else can we tell people that, that don't think that?
Dealer, what was the game they just talked about the other day, the multi-plat that'll have more AI in the world? Agents of Mayhem. They were talking about Agents of Mayhem on the Xbox One X, and they said that it'll have better effects and more AI and more stuff going on in the city with the extra power in the Xbox One X. And that's one of those things where you can say, oh, it's not about resolution, you know. And I think that's another 60 frames title. The video that I saw of them playing on the Xbox was running at 1080 60 on the YouTube channel.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so I don't know what resolution Agents of Mayhem. I'm assuming, as I did in my last video, that will probably be up to 4K, but it will be 60. And as they said on the Xbox On's channel, Agents of Mayhem will benefit from extra AI and extra things going on in the world on the Xbox version. So that's really cool. And whether, like you just said 5 seconds ago, whether you have a 1080p TV or a 4K TV, those are the things you're going to benefit from.
You're going to get the most crisp possible 1080p display if you have a 1080p display, plus those extra effects, better lighting, ambient occlusion, better textures, more AI, better explosions, particles, etc. Well, you know, like I said, all these people here, they're very smart. They know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have to really run this into the ground again. Shout out to Mel. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your support. And, of course, the other 349 of you guys are awesome. We want to talk about Assassin's Creed Origins. New 20 minutes of gameplay running on Xbox One X. I know some minds were blown. What do you guys think?
It's beautiful. I mean, I was already going to pick this game up day one, but it is honestly gorgeous. I'm blown away, honestly. Like, I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since 4, so I'm really looking forward to getting back in this. And I'm going to pick it up day one, but I'm holding off until the X comes out to play it on the X, because I want to experience that.
Doesn't it look bigger to you guys?
Yeah, it looks massive. You know, and just when I was getting open world fatigue, some fucking game sucks me right back in. You know, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm too. What about you, Fonz?
Yeah, for me, I'm thinking that this game's going to be a winner. Although it looks like it's taken a lot from Ghost Recon Wildlands in a way. You know,
what?
Yeah. They're using the
eagle,
the hawk, and everything as like a drone.
Okay.
And I think a lot of the animations and stuff. I mean, yes, they're different. They're freaking sword and you know, bow and arrow and stuff, but it just seems like it's got a lot of that visual style and stuff. It's just set back in Egypt, you know, many years ago. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
And thumbs up in the chat if you think Fonz's mic makes him sound super sexy.
It's the first thing I noticed about him. I was like, oh my god, Fonz? What?
No, it is going to be a good game. I'm excited. All right. Well, what else do we have? Do you have any questions there on the Twitter question poll channel there, Fonz?
Oh, you want a question?
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right. So question time. All right. So a lot of people are asking on Twitter, including Xbox Mad Hatter and Hamwich. They want to know about Crackdown 3, and they want to know, would it be better if it was bundled in with the Scorpio?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Most definitely.
I don't know, guys. I mean, I think personally, just because I know Microsoft are taking a pretty big hit on that additional RAM they've thrown in there, as well as that 7,200 RPM drive. I think we're getting what we're paying for and a little more in a console form. Because you got to remember, you know, it's coming with a controller as well, plus your entire existing library. Many of which are getting patches. I cannot wait to compare the Xbox One X and PC versions of Witcher 3. For example, right? Tons of great games getting patches, and all your stuff comes with you, including all your accessories. So I don't think they need to give you a game at this price tag. I said it a billion times. I wouldn't be surprised if it's $4.99, and I'm not. So I think it's good performance for the dollar if you're a console guy. Of course, if you're a PC guy, you're going to go the other way and invest a little bit more. But, you know, I just don't see them bundling any game, nor do I see them having to do so.
And the Pro didn't bundle.
I think maybe he meant, would it be better for the game because of all the hate it's getting right now?
Well, I mean, what's going to be better and ultimately the best thing for the game is for Microsoft to show up at Gamescom and blow our faces off with that destruction. All that negativity will disappear.
True.
So I don't know. What do you guys think? Crackdown bundle?
No, I think it's a good thing. I mean, push the damn game, get it in people's homes, let them enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the same way, but at the same time, I totally see.
But on my bad, Fonz, I think that Forza 7 would have been a better bundle. But yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I see dealer's point, though, in that we are getting a great system at $500. Again, it is not too expensive. It is right on the money for what we're going to be able to get. This performance we're going to get out of this box is amazing at $500. I think guys are just thinking too much on that aspect of it. For Crackdown 3, though, of course, getting into people's homes would be a great thing, but I think they got to sell the game on its own. We'll see what it has to offer in the way of multiplayer.
I don't blame people for this. I've said this a year ago. This is a whole lot of power, and I remember people making fun of me for saying this shit, and that games would be in 4K and even 4K 60. And obviously all this shit's going to happen. This is a lot of power. This is the real next generation, and I don't feel like a console gamer. Oh, I know that a console gamer has not seen visuals even close to what this box is going to give you. You're getting a PC-like experience on the GPU side in a $500 box, a curated environment, a console. No more splitting of the friends list, no more dropping of all your games and accessories. This is what you've wanted, and you're finally getting it. So, once again, I would say that be very excited, as we're well over 350 people watching. Hit that like button, guys. You guys are awesome. Assassin's Creed, I didn't get to speak on that. My girl came in the door. I can't wait to play this game. Hearing the director of Assassin's Creed Origins, the guy that really led the team on Black Flag, talk about hundreds of narrative-driven side missions. And I don't think this is the best side mission they could have shown off. But, just the fact that they've got some depth to them now, and he said there are hundreds of them, that's awesome. And I cannot wait to play Assassin's Creed Origins. I just had to throw that out there again. I've been waiting a while to play this game. I know others in the chat agree. I'm sure you guys already breezed over that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about.
Hear your opinion.
Let's talk about The Last of Us 2. Sony have come out and said the game was pretty much in pre-production when they showed it off at PSX, and that the Naughty Dog team are working on the Uncharted 4 DLC right now, and they're kind of a one-game team. What do you guys think about? I thought it was further, but this is straight from an executive at Sony. Thoughts? I think the game's going to be phenomenal when it comes out.
No, it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, we all knew The Last of Us 2 was going to come, so I don't think it would have mattered if they'd shown it or not, especially since it's not even close to being ready yet.
Yeah, chat, let us know what year you think this game's going to come. I know we got some people saying 2020, but I'm not stretching that far. I say, 2018, maybe early 2019.
It's going to be,
because it's in pre-production. It's a little ways off, but if you saw that footage, they've got some time in this game somewhere.
Well, they just said that they haven't even started actual production as of E3, so they just showed that
2030.
So I think most of these games that come out with sequels, they usually come out around the same time as the previous title. So I'm thinking the last year of the PS4, of its life cycle.
Yep, I agree with Jose. I think it'll be out in 2019 because I believe the PS5 will be 2020. I think it'll be summer of 2019, and it'll be the last big hurrah for the PS4.
Right.
Could be. Interesting decision to show it off in 2016.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It works for Sony to get that buzz going about games even 10 years out.
It has worked for them, and Xbox has done it on a few titles. Some of it's bit them in the rear end. So
Xbot448 in the chat. He said, "I am dishwasher bot right now, listening to RDX. I guess he's washing the dishes, listening to podcasts." Shout out to Xbot. We had him on 2 episodes ago. Check that out. I've got a playlist on the channel. And of course, if you like podcasts, we appreciate you listening. We've got a bunch of them now. We got like 6 or 7. And hey, while the older shows may not be the newest and latest and greatest news, if you like listening, you like listening. So just letting you know, I did create a playlist. And like, once again, we appreciate it. I wanted to talk about Spotify, now available on Xbox One. People, I don't know. I'm not a Spotify user. I don't know the difference between that and I almost said Pandora. Thoughts?
Bro, I'm going to keep it all the way funky with you, bro. Like, I can't even all the way 100%. Seriously, bro, I can't even imagine or tell you the last time I listened to music on my fucking Xbox. Like, seriously, I probably haven't done it in about 7 years, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That being said, I see a lot of people are excited about this, which I personally don't understand. But if people are excited about it, that's good. It's a good thing.
Well, it's
now. Can you play the music while you're playing the game too at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that kind of changes the game a little bit.
They finally minimized the snap. Like you had to keep your music snapped. Then they.
It's all in the background now. Matthew Quall says Spotify is way better than Pandora. God damn it, Pandora.
Walk
and
Pantera.
I was listening to some Pantera.
It's
better than Pandora, and he's been waiting a while for this. So options are good.
Well, yeah, it's a premium service, man. Of course.
Hey, may I interject here? Because I got to call out the fraud all day. You didn't know you couldn't listen to music on your Xbox and play it?
Bro, I don't do it.
What a fraud.
I don't do it.
So no. It's cool at times to do that, but a lot of people are excited for this. And not only that, while you play your games, but a lot of people like to use these consoles or whatever they got to play music through their stereo system and stuff. And it's just another, way to do that. So it's cool.
Fucking fraud.
We're talking about music.
Pantera or Pandora?
I like Pantera myself.
Pantene.
Yeah, they've got some good stuff. The iTunes app also, I want to add this in there because iTunes is coming to Windows 10 as an app, and that's great for console guys because we've seen this time and time again. UWP PC apps will just appear in the Xbox One store with no work on the side of the developer. So more likely than not, in the next year, you might see iTunes on Xbox One as well, which I would love to see. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And nobody else gives a fuck. That's awesome.
And moving on.
All right. New dashboard update.
Yes.
All right. This one's pretty complicated. I've got my own kind of weird mixed thoughts on this, but I'll get into those later. Basically, new update. You guys have seen the video on Xbox's YouTube channel. New customizable dashboard. You can add and remove things from home. So if you got a favorite friend or app or game, you can add that to home and just go down right to it. Of course, all the existing functionality with pins is still there. And then you've got, like I said, the new pop-out guide menu is a bit different. So you'll hit the Xbox button or the guide button. It'll pop out per usual. Right and left bumper cycle left to right through the tabs where originally you pushed up and down and then pushed right to go to whatever you wanted. Now you hit right and left bumper to go to whatever tab you want, achievements, friends, messages. Thoughts on that alone?
I love it. I'm glad. I feel like I'm the only one who couldn't stand all the different size boxes, the flyout on the side, and the best part of this thing, even if you don't like the layout, is the speed. Everything. He was flipping through this thing like crazy, and it never once lagged on him.
It's going fast.
And it's going to be fast across every Xbox One model, whether you have the base, the S, or the X. So
I will say I miss the active tile, man. I really liked having that big rectangle in the middle there. So if I had something playing, I could pop out to the dash. Not that it was particularly mind-blowingly useful, but I just liked it. Something unique, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't like
the game that you're playing currently. Like, say if you're playing Gears of War, and then when you pop out of it, are you seeing that artwork up there or no?
I don't think so.
No clue.
There were people in the chat. I was watching the mixers live, and people are asking about dynamic backgrounds, which the PlayStation has, which would be pretty cool. really cool.
Mhm.
But they don't have that. And like all day you're saying, like if you play the game, it will put that picture on your main screen.
Right, right.
No, it just leaves your background, screen that you set up. Your custom.
So basically, when you back out, you just see the title of what you're playing.
Yeah, and then I would imagine the theme that you've selected. Somebody wanted to know if it kind of booted up out of quick start mode a little faster. I've got no clue, but I would imagine that the whole thing should be faster. That's the point of removing the active tile and all that to free up that RAM. So I don't know. I would have to use it. My big gripe is the fact that we just got this fucking update, what seems like 6 months ago, and now they're changing it completely. And I feel like they're wasting time when they do this. They don't really improve on certain things because they just erase them. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like
because they haven't fixed party
it's just a lot
chat
of
either.
time.
I think what they've done here is a hell of a lot better than the patch 6 months ago. I think this new UI is just way more streamlined. It honestly, I'm gonna say it, guys, and it's gonna piss some people off, but it is more like the PS4 looking dashboard.
Thank you.
And I think that's why people hate. That's why people are hating on it, simply because it's looking more like that. But guess what? It frees up more space. You can actually see your background a bit better. And I think this is just going to be a precursor to actually adding those backgrounds, those live backgrounds, those, moving backgrounds. So I think they are going to come out with that eventually. I would bet on it.
It seems like a stepping stone to add in like all the new avatar, Unity powered avatar support, and easy, quick ways to see that content. It seems like it's the beginning of a very great thing. I'm just saying, when you put your flag in the ground, figure out if you want to put your flag there first and not pick it up and erase everything you've done. That's a year wasted on an update that essentially is gone. And I'm just saying, just figure out what the fuck you want to do before you make a big update,
There's people in the chat right now saying they hated the PS4 dashboard. Yeah, that's why they hate this. I'm telling you. And I don't understand the hate for it because it is streamlined. It is basic to where it moves faster. It just flows better. Guys, you don't want all those cluttered boxes everywhere. I mean, it looks shit, man. Like, to me, I hate it.
You want to play checkers or you want to play games?
Yeah. As long as it's easy to use and not confusing and quick, then I'm cool with it. I'm generally
I don't even
apathetic
think
about
it doesn't even remind me of the PS4 dashboard, honestly. I just right now, as I've seen it, it's a little bare bones, but I know it will get quite a bit better actually, and I know it will enable more functionality, and I guess that's what we all care about. So once again, like every update, it'll have to grow on us, Yeah,
I have one complaint though. One of the things that's stuck there, a little box there on your homepage, is suggested friends. Why the hell is that box stuck there? I don't care. I don't want to know you. I don't want to be around you. If I like you, you're going to be on my friends list.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Or recommended this or that. Like, most people don't pay attention to that. There's better things you could do with that real estate. Instead of doing that, Microsoft, instead of suggesting friends to me, let me look at my followers list through my friends list, which I cannot do right now. I got like 1,200 people that follow me on Xbox, and I can't even see who you are. That's why I don't message people after they send me party invites, and I can't join. Normally, I send a party invite or a message and be like, "Hey, man, I'm eating." I can't even go to your profile. I can't do that from the party invite. I can't do that through my friends list. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would rather be able to do that than see suggested.
What would even be a better way to do that is whoever you're most interactive with would be there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And we got to give a big shout out to almost 400 people watching live, guys. Hit that like button. Last thing to this big update all day, and I know we both are gonna like this. What? Party fixes are apparently supposed to be coming. Shit. So parties have had like AIDS lately sometimes. So I know that's because one asshole has a moderate NAT setting fonts, and that's why it kind of fucks the party up. But it could be better.
I fixed that problem, and I haven't had a problem since. Seriously, I was having a problem, guys, with my party chat. And I'm like, this party chat sucks. I'm telling dealer, this sucks so bad. I keep getting kicked out. Man, what'd they do to it? What'd they fuck up? And then he goes, hey, check your NAT type and everything. I checked it. It was moderate. I ended up looking it up online. I fixed it. It's now open, and I haven't had a problem in shit. It's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
You get 10 people in there, you have a fucking problem.
That's because one of those 10 people have a moderate NAT type. I'm telling you.
And Microsoft had a solution, and it was in preview. and they dropped it. And that was dedicated servers for parties that could not find a proper host through NAT problems. Now, that's what I was relying on when I lived on campus. I was like, man, I really need this feature. What's going on? And apparently they dropped the dedicated service for party chat a long time ago, like 2 years ago. They announced this, and it still hasn't happened. I don't think it is happening. So that was kind of the fix, Fonz. If you had a problem with your NAT, it would send everybody to a dedicated server to have that party chat. And like I said, never happened. So
yeah,
right now you gotta learn how to fix your NAT, so that's about it. So party fixes are coming.
Fix that NAT, gentlemen and lady.
Michael Pachter says no one will buy. Says Xbox One X will not sell because PS4 is half the price. Chat. I want to know what you think. One, if you think he's right. Two, if you think he's wrong. And I'm going to throw a 2 in there as well, actually. Because I'm a participator.
Let me say that the whole point of the Xbox One X is not to pull every PS4 gamer off of his console and get him to go buy an X. I just don't think that's the way it is. I think the 1 to 5 attach rate of people upgrading from a PS4 to a Pro may be different on the Xbox One X. We've talked about how there is way more reasons to upgrade your Xbox going to an X than maybe PS4 gamers had for the Pro. And so I think there's going to be a lot of people buying the Xbox One X, and maybe there'll be a bunch of those PS4 gamers that say, hey, I want to see what this thing looks like on my new TV, and I'm going to add it and put it right next to my PS4.
Oh, Rand put in the chat. Edith Finch. Shout out to Randall Thor. Edith Finch. Yes, okay, I'll talk about Edith Finch. I could tell Rand's been kind of like just wanting to talk to somebody about this fucking game, and I don't blame him because Edith Finch, I beat it last night, and great game, fantastic. If you love story games, Edith Finch, give it a whack. I mean, it's only like a few hours long, but even at, what was it, $15-20, I do not regret it. I have not experienced some of the stuff in video games before that I've experienced in Edith Finch, and no, it is not just a walking simulator. It's far more complicated than something like Gone Home, where you walk around, read notes, and you're like, oh, okay, rug muncher now, ran away, whatever, right? This is go around and experience other people's lives. It's crazy. So Edith Finch, I really recommend it. Anybody else here play Edith Finch?
No, but I just want to give a shout out to Game Lord Death. He had asked that question too. He wanted to know your opinions on Edith Finch. So
Rand said, finally.
But no, I have not played it yet. It seems interesting. When I watched Rand's review, he actually made it look more appealing to me, because every time I hear walking simulator, it blows my mind that we live in a day and age where we play video games that are called walking simulators. We actually have a genre. And to me, it's like, I'll get up and walk if I want to walk, damn it. I'm not going to do it virtually, but it's a genre. Isn't it?
I noticed, Fonz, that people that call them walking simulators, like Gone Home, I did not enjoy Gone Home, right? I walked around a house, I read a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, this, that, and the game was over, right? There wasn't too much to it.
Weird.
That is the closest to a walking simulator that I played. Now, Firewatch, I was engrossed in the narrative. I wanted to know what was happening. The middle of the game was phenomenal. I really found myself wanting to know what was happening at the end, and I enjoyed it. There were some other aspects there as well. Edith Finch, it's just the experiences with the storytelling and a lot of the voice acting. The game actually looks pretty damn good on Xbox One, aside from some hitching and stuff, which will surely be remedied on Xbox One X. It's just hard to explain without spoiling, especially Edith Finch is a game for people that like narrative and storytelling. And if, those that call them walking simulators probably don't like that kind of stuff. They don't like that kind of narrative telling,
Is it anything like Firewatch?
It's a different story, but you go around and you discover what happened here and there, right?
Okay.
It is not, this is what I've already told like 10 people. It is not what you think it is. You will just have to play it.
Does it have a persistent online open world and it's voiced by Troy Baker?
Yeah. No, it's not actually. So. It's good, but we got to get back on topic. Yep. Once again, shout out to 400 watching guys. Hit that like button if you could. Michael Pachter, the chat said it all. Fuck Michael Pachter. No, they put a lot of twos, right? So obviously I'm with the chat. I think PS4 will sell well because it is half the price, but so is Xbox One S. They're going to compete and go do whatever they do in the States like they have been. But the X is it's a different thing here. A lot of performance, but double the price. Luca, what do you think?
I think people are underestimating how much excitement is around the X. You know, I think it's going to do well personally, but we'll see. We'll see.
Very detailed synopsis all day.
What's up?
Okay, never mind. Fonz.
Nah, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear the question.
Yeah, we know you're eating a hot dog in the corner.
Again, I think it comes down to people just want to see what this thing can do. I think people are waiting to see those comparisons. Microsoft's got to get on the ball with that. I heard, Gamescom, hopefully we'll see something there. But we got to see what this thing can actually do to really get it in people's homes. They want to see what this thing is capable of already. And I want to see it, damn it. I'm selfish. Fuck everybody else. I want to watch and see what this thing is capable of already. Because I want this damn thing already.
Yeah, and you're not alone, man. Phil Spencer has said it more than once. Comparisons coming. They're going to show you. And, speaking of show us some of them questions, Fonz. Let's get into some of them questions because we get like a million every show, and I still get DMs every time. But
so, King Ram at Ramiro 810 wants to know how much does a 2.3 gigahertz CPU hold back the X1X from reaching native 4K on all of its games?
Almost none, because that's all GPU stuff.
Okay.
Pixel output is GPU stuff. So resolution, all that's handled by the GPU. CPU, like I've said before, destruction, AI, kind of simulations, like you're playing City Skyline, it's going to simulate a lot of different aspects, as well as draw calls for the frame rate and all that. That's primarily the CPU stuff. So the GPU, you're good. You get a very powerful GPU here. Resolution, a lot of graphics effects, textures is all RAM and stuff. So you're good. Most games, or a lot of games this year, should be native 4K. At least there's, I don't know, some developers might not go that way, but so a lot will, so keep that in mind.
I'd also warn that if you wanted a more powerful processor in the Xbox One X, then you're looking at like a $550 or $600 Xbox One X. So that's the way they made their concessions. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, there are no Ryzen APUs out at the time, so that's pretty much their only choice. So what else you got, Fonz?
All right, so I've got a question here from Console King 13. He wants to know, do you think the X will be hard to get this holiday? You think it'll be hard to get this holiday? Will it be in greater demand than the supply? Do you think that the price point will hold it back at all? So there's several questions there. So
hang on. Derek James says that's a horrible answer. His games with the high CPU load have trouble hitting 4K. For one, we're talking about consoles, right? It's a well-known fact that the GPU does take care of the pixel output, and there are other factors on PC as well. So just keep that in mind. We also did not make absolute claims here. So I said for the most part, repeat your question, Fonz.
All right. Basically, it's a two-part question from Console King 13. He wants to know if we think that it'll be in greater demand than Microsoft expects. Do you think there'll be enough supply of the X? And do you think the price point will hold it back at all?
What do you guys think?
I don't know. I think the S will be the top seller as usual. So.
Yeah.
Well, when the Xbox One launched, it was kind of hard to find them in stores for the first month, wasn't it?
Yeah. The 2 terabyte sold out.
So I think when the X launches, it may be kind of hard to find it in the stores. That's my prediction. Like you'll be able to get them, but you may go in there and there's one left, and the next day it's gone. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be a pretty hot item.
My thing is, go ahead and pre-order when that's available. Pre-order. Guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. If you know for a fact that you're gonna get this console, pre-order it just in case. I'm taking off days. Like I'm taking off like the 8th to the 12th of November, so I can play Assassin's Creed and Wolfenstein 2. So I'm gonna make sure that this is in my house. What's up?
I didn't realize how much more you knew about The Witcher 3 than I did. I think The Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game of all time, but you've got this shit ingrained in you more than I do. Luca really did crush Witcher 3 twice on PlayStation, and she's thinking about starting it again with the Xbox One X patch.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. Like, that game is phenomenal. I'm telling you, it's probably the best game I've ever played. Now, I say this, it's not my favorite game, but it is definitely in the top 3. It's amazing, and I absorbed everything about that game. I love that game. It's amazing, dealer.
Yeah. And all day is waiting for the patch as well. So, but yeah, when it comes to the sales and stuff, the Xbox One S did very well the latter half of that year, taking NPD after NPD. It took the back half. So, who knows? I mean, a lot of people bought the original Xbox One, literally almost 1/5 of what this console is for the same price. So you just never know, man. It could take some NPDs, that's for sure.
You know, Console King 13 has another great question here, and I just want to put it out there if I can. He wants to know if we think that crossplay will ever happen between PlayStation and Xbox. What are the negatives and positives on that?
Most definitely not.
It's an infrastructure problem, really. I mean, first of all, the first problem is no, right? Is Sony is saying no right now. But it is a major infrastructure and undertaking.
You know, Top Dog says Luca must never go outside. No, I think the time that she would have spent, you know, trolling in Xbox podcast chats, she could put towards Witcher 3 and do quite a bit with that time. So think about it.
Yeah, it's just like
she's just the opposite of K-Mega, bro.
Oh shit! I have a full-time job, and I'm barely on many of my consoles during the week. You know how it is now. But
well,
you know, I'm out with my friends and I do the like I'm doing stuff, fam. Like I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's like once I'm invested in a game, I'm invested, and that game is worth your money. Now, like Dealer said, I don't waste my time trolling podcasts that I'm not interested in. I'm not a loser. Top Dog, I see you in literally every single Xbox chat, man. What are you doing? Like, you have a job?
You could be beating games, Top Dog. You could be beating games, bro.
You could be doing something productive with your time, but you're always in here just trying to start stuff, and you never have any good points. You're boring, fam. You're boring, and it's obvious that you're bored as well because I literally see you everywhere.
Top Dog alone. He just got out of the pound. Let's leave old Scruffy alone. He's had a hard day. So, copy and move option coming to Xbox One. God, Luca, you just curb stomped the fuck out of that kid. Okay,
just got you by the back of the shirt, like pulling you back.
Yeah, like you're a little midget, you know. Oh my god. Okay, but you're all right. With the countless hours per week, people trolling the comments, they could be playing some games, right? And maybe they get past the first stage on Witcher as well. So
you got to put a stick in Luca's shirt so she doesn't move.
The copy and move option coming to Xbox One, thanks to a big update later this year. You should be able to transfer all your data all in one button press to any external or whatever, right? This is going to be very useful for the Xbox One X. I get really annoyed when I have to transfer 100 games, right? Literally 100 games. And I have to go through and hit transfer or move all on every single game. That shit is annoying. Now they're putting a setting in the settings menu to where you can go in and just transfer a hard drive over to another hard drive all at once or whatever, and it'll just do it. It'll just queue up, right? This is going to be very useful for this fall.
I feel like it should have been there from the beginning.
Oh, of course, just like Spotify, but it wasn't. What do you think? Right. You happy about it? No? Yes?
Yep. Happy about it. Cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, it just makes things easier for us.
I agree. Mike Ibarra, Xbox executive, says Forza Motorsport 7 is going to blow people's minds. He just came from the studio not too long ago, and he tweeted about the game. I know the game's going to look phenomenal because I've seen Forza on PC, and that's the fidelity you can expect. Thoughts at all on Forza 7? I'm getting it day one. I knew it was going to look great, but you know, I like to see developers talking about this.
Yeah,
chat too. You can chime in as well.
Yeah, somebody was asking about that in one of the questions there. Sorry, I don't have it up right now, but he was asking, like, should he get it day one or should he wait for the X because of all the enhancements? I think it's a no-brainer. You buy it day one regardless. You play it. You're not going to, most likely, you're not going to stop playing it by November 7th. So you're just going to get those extra bells and whistles when the new console comes out. So get it day one.
Matthew Qualls says it's called HDD, hard drive disk. What the fuck? Hard drive disk clone. So that's what it'll be called. And the settings, just to go back to that real quick. So I think that's awesome. Mikey Barr, Forza 7, going to look great. I think that's a given. We all knew that already. Once again, nobody else really getting this besides maybe me. I know All Day is because I'm getting it.
I'll be picking it up too.
Okay, that's good. And a shout out to 425 people watching live. Hit that like button if you guys would. You guys are awesome. Developer says Xbox One X is a fantastic console. He's tired of the negativity, the nitpicking. This is where we're at, Fonz. Why don't you lead on this one, bro?
Man, yeah, the X being picked on all the time doesn't make sense. Like I said earlier, what does it say? What does it say about your Pro? What does it say about the PS4 when you're talking about the most powerful console and you're dogging it the way people are? It's like, dude, it's the most powerful console for $100 more. Like, what more do you want? It's going to give you that every penny that you spend more on that console, you're going to get back in return with these beautiful graphics, with you know, the most impressive freaking game performance that you can for a console anyway. You know, I don't want to touch a nerve with the PC guys and tell them you're going to get the best, you know, game ever, because who knows what they're going to say, you know, if I did that. But yeah, I think it's going to be an awesome console, and I think people just need to quiet down about the price and everything. It makes no sense to bitch about it.
Agreed. Is this the Arrow dev that we're talking about? Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, I talked about this on this other show I was on, the Gaming Den, and he actually reached out to us. Like, he reached out to me and She-Wolf and Fox, and he was just like, "Well, thanks for saying, like, you know, I thought I was gonna get crucified for making that statement. Like, I'm just tired of all the nonsense and the fanboy stuff and the console wars." So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think it's cool that a dev actually spoke up in defense of the X, because all the hate is really ridiculous. And it's good to see people who just aren't interested in that. You know, they don't care about that kind of drama.
I'm seeing more hate from the PC guys than I am from even Sony guys.
Absolutely.
And I think it's because it's encroaching on their territory. It's honestly a box that is very, very capable, and a lot of people aren't really realizing that, but these PC guys, in the back of their mind, they realize that. They realize that. And I don't see why they hate it. They should embrace it, because it's only going to bring better gaming.
It pushes the industry forward.
It pushes the industry, exactly, because everybody knows nowadays it's the consoles first. It's the consoles first. It's been like that.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, and I want to get into some more specific things. But top dog, we're changing it into top fraud for now on. Top fraud 2K17. He says Forza 6 is more like a DLC to Forza 7, basically, or Forza 7 is a DLC to Forza 6. And I'm thinking to myself, what improvements did they make? Well, the 200 cars alone that they've added from 6 to 7 is more cars than GT Sport has in total. It's got over double the cars of tracks of GT Sport, right? So GT Sport, just the extra cars, is more than GT Sport. It's got way double the tracks of GT Sport. And what would you call GT Sport when you lost literally 80% of all your content from GT6? And when Forza did that, they still had more tracks. They still had more cars, not to mention all the upgrades, the new wide bodies coming to Forza, the revamped physics engine coming to Forza. You know, you just can't call it a DLC. I think if anything, I guess that means every sports game is a DLC. I don't know. But
what about GT Sport? Is that a DLC of the last GT?
I think it's a DLC of Prologue at this point, because it's got like a few more cars and some more tracks, and Prologue was a fucking demo. So regardless, people, shitting on the X. It's kind of crazy. Half a teraflop was the end of the world a couple years ago. Now that there's 2 and a shit ton more RAM and a better hard drive and all this other stuff, it's nothing. So you just can't win either way. Not really a big deal. Basically, guys, it's a battle you can't win, to sum it up. So any other thoughts or anything on this?
I just think Xbox just can't win right now. It just seems that they can't get a break, you know, and I know people think that a lot of these Xbox dudes, because I don't consider myself an Xbox dude or a Sony dude, I'm just a gamer, but at the end of the day, I do see some of the media bias there. It is a fact. There is some out there now. Not everything is fucking anti-Xbox. I don't go along with that narrative, but I will say there is media bias, and it just seems like they can't get a break at times, you know, most of the time. And it just sucks, man. It really sucks, because I want to see gaming move forward, and I'm tired of, you know, it being held back by not only the media, but also gamers themselves, man. If you're a gamer, you should legit embrace everything new that comes out that pushes the hardware, that pushes the gaming industry forward. You should embrace it.
Absolutely. And the Xbox One is not the Wii U. You know, they always say the Xbox failed. You know, it's selling some 30+ million, maybe 35 million consoles. It's doing fantastic. And I looked at the numbers. The 360 at year 4 was at about 28 or 30 million, and that was considered a phenomenal success. And just because the PS4 is doing so great, oh, am I wrong, dealer? Dealer's laughing at me.
No, I said yeah. I mean, you're right. They've already confirmed Xbox One is the best-selling Xbox at 4 years.
But and why, dealer? Because the PS4 is kicking total.
Oh, PS4 is doing phenomenal.
Awesome.
Right,
Yes,
in more territories as well, and it's just the marketing's been really good behind a lot of its games. It didn't have the launch fuck-ups.
Yeah, and they're doing just about everything right. And because I have an Xbox-centric channel, I hear a lot from the PlayStation gamers who aren't happy unless they are at double over the Xbox in sales, in graphics, in games. And I see that a lot. And,
it's a war you can't win, man. Like I said.
Like Fawn says, embrace the new tech, embrace those that are bringing out new games. And like this Hellblade game is doing really well, and people are really going to latch onto it tomorrow or today. It came out. Yeah, this is good stuff.
Another great third-party game, yeah. And I think that's supposed to come to Xbox at some point, I heard. I don't know.
It's on Steam. It's on PS4. I'm going to talk about it this week on my channel.
All right, good shit. I can't wait for the video. But nonetheless, guys, got a lot of topics today, a lot of bullshit as well. Let's try to get that like up to 300. We'd appreciate it, guys. And I guess we're going to start with outros. That's been our hour and some odd, whatever, right? We're past an hour, a little rusty today, but content will pick up on my channel. This past week, I just got out of classes over the summer, so I have like 2 weeks to game, and that's what I've been kind of doing, catching up on some of that. But yeah, content will resume as normal this upcoming week. We do appreciate it. Cole Eastwood, man, let them know where they can find you, what you've been up to.
You can find me at Colt Eastwood on Twitter and Xbox and everywhere else.
Oh man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
What about you, Fonz?
Yeah, Jay Fonzarelli on Twitter, Fonzarelli on PSN and Xbox. You can try to add me. I might not add you back because I don't know you, but if you send me a message,
he might think you're a bot.
If you send me details about yourself, no,
might ask for your phone number.
No dick pics, please. But I might add you then. But anyways,
he'll add you to the dick pics.
Oh no. Or you could find me on YouTube here at Everything According to Me. I make videos of all kinds of shit, mostly gaming related. So anyways.
Luca, what you been up to?
Hey guys, great show tonight. You can find me at The Ash and Luca on Twitter, and you can find me on Speak Podcast Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's not a gaming podcast. It's something a little different. So, great show, guys. It's been fun tonight.
All day.
What's up, everybody? Good show. You guys want to keep more tabs on me? You can find me on Twitter, allday_digital. Good show, guys.
All right, and as always, guys, we appreciate the support. All the people that listen to us over the long drives and the late nights. This is kind of what this is for, right? We get people to say, "Oh, I'm not listening to all this." You don't got to. This is for the hardcore guys that happen to give a fuck. We do appreciate it, and we do have a playlist on the channel for all the podcasts and all the good shit there. Information and sources for some of the stuff will be down in the description. If you missed any of the big topics, go back and check the video out when it posts. I'm Dealer, and we're out.
Later.
Bye.
Later.